Let's start with the reframe that has really changed everything for me. The problem is not effort. You are probably already doing all of the right things. In fact, all of you are here because you are running a business, so you're doing it. The problem is structure. You have the right activities, but they might be in the wrong place, at the wrong frequency, or lacking a system. And I always think that this is one of the key ironies of being a consultant is that most of us work with clients on systems and structures. And then we expect ourselves to come up with systems and structures for things that we don't have training on, which is exactly what we wouldn't advise our nonprofit clients to do. We would tell them, go talk to someone, get a framework, kind of build out a system and operation around this. And so that's what we're going to focus on today is what those systems and structures look like and how to pick one that works for you and stick with it. Before we talk about structure, we need to name the really common elephant in the room when it comes to business development. Most of us feel some sort of ick around self-promotion. People get really uncomfortable talking about what they do, who they do it for, and how much it costs. That's actually a well-founded and research-backed feeling, if that helps you. These are things that help me as a researcher to think about. But research shows that most people completely misjudge how they land. So you might think, oh my gosh, I'm coming off like a little salesy or a little robotic, like hence that you want to get away from that script. The reality is that a lot of your clients are listening, trying to hear what problems do you solve? When do I call you? How much should I expect that it's going to cost? And providing them with clarity isn't, showing up and pushing something on them, but is instead giving them tools and telling them how to use those. The fix here is that we don't want to just push through that ick. We want to reframe it so that we're operating from a new space. You are not promoting yourself. You're making it easy for people to refer you. You're helping people understand when to give you a call. You're doing a service for the client who needs what you do. That's not an imposition. And they won't say yes to you until they need you, right? You're not going to convince someone who doesn't have the money or doesn't have the needs. The reframe points to the different mental model that we'll adopt for today. It's not a funnel. Your ongoing business development isn't a funnel. Opportunity development might look like a funnel, but funnels are linear. You push people through and you expect that some of them fall out. What we are going to focus on is an ecosystem, relationships that loop back. I don't know about you, but when I think about ecosystems, and you can hop in the chat if you also encountered this in elementary school, but I think about fourth grade science class where we took two soda liter bottles and stacked them on top with a little fish in the bottom and some plants on top. Or how I was thinking about this the other day as I was sitting at my child's pediatrician office, and they had this beautiful setup of layers of sand and rock and all of these beautiful plants. I believe they had some crickets running around. And then in the bottom was an aquarium with African dwarf frogs and a couple snails and other beautiful plants. And it really resonated with me of this is the thriving ecosystem that all consultants need in order to survive and thrive. Past clients become referrals, weak ties, which is the theory I'll be really grounded in for this conversation, become collaborators. And this is also the point of consultants for good, right? Not all of us are trying to kind of buddy up and become best friends with everyone. We don't need that to be a thriving ecosystem. We need to know who one another are, know when to call them, and have them top of mind. This is the mental model underneath everything that we'll be building today. And here is why that matters financially, which I'm sure you will feel. Acquiring a new client costs 5 to 10 times more than deepening an existing one. Acquiring a new client, so finding someone cold or starting off a conversation cold, is 5 to 10 times more work than deepening your existing ones. That's why this whole session is built around relationships and ecosystems, not lead gen tactics. The return on investment is in the relationships you already have. All right, let's figure out what's on your plate right now. Prepare to get in the chat. We're going to take an entire minute, which sometimes feels long and quiet, but we're going to take an entire minute and we're going to think through what is on your business development to-do list for July. Everything on it. No filtering, no judgment. You've got 60 seconds. If you have that scratch paper and pen in front of you, I want you to start there. Write down all of it. LinkedIn posts, coffee chats, everything. I'm going to set a timer for 1 minute. Go ahead.